Hello there. Demonic Tutor here. So, you want to learn how to be a Richard in Commander? With black? Well,
Teacher, I say no. That commander's a cheater. Get out.
get out. We don't need that. We're going to go through cards. We saw a Card Kingdom list. Some of it we agreed with, but a lot of it we didn't. So, we are going to say what here at Lizards of the Toast to us are essential Commander cards in black. We're going to go through this list.
Teacher, black's a cheater. Get out.
We don't need Dranith today, right? You know what Dranith Magistrate is? It's a removal sponge. That's what this is right here. People, a lot of contention over this, but all this is a removal sponge. That's all. So, let's get into it. Talking about black, we have our tutors. Tutors. Let's go here, and we got the annoying tutors here. Okay, we're going to do 3 of these. And we have a special tutor to share with you. Does anybody know it's a 2 black mana tutor that works in 2 parts? See if you can guess what it is as we're going through here. But a very special secret tutor. A demonic tutor, a vampiric tutor, and a Praetor's Grasp. So what is Praetor's Grasp? We'll get into that. But first, demonic. Search your library for 1 card, take it into your hand, reshuffle your library after. We have the vampiric tutor, which is an instant. So, on your opponent's turn, wouldn't it be beautiful? It should read that. Have you ever seen anybody run one of these on their turn? Just like as not an abnormal thing. Anyways, search your library for a card, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. You lose 2 life, but you're gonna want to do that not on your turn. Ideally, always remember. So, Praetor's Grasp. Here's a budget tutor that is kind of a butthole tutor. So for I'd say about $11. $11, you can pick up one of these, search target opponent's library for a card and exile it face down. Then that player shuffles his or her library. You may look at and play that card for as long as it remains exiled. And here in the Commander world, we know how much people love you touching the decks and stuff. So you can get right in there, search the deck, find the card. If it's a win con for them, you can exile it. But always remember, this doesn't say use mana as mana of any color. So that's something to take into consideration. All right, take those. We're going to hide that right there because there was those secrets I was telling you about. We'll wait to get in there. So here's a little bit of removal. So for 1 and 2 Phyrexian can be played with either 2 black or 2 life. So 1 and 4 life. Target creature gets -5 until end of turn. So those are counters put on something. This is powerful instant removal right here where you pay life. And in black, in Commander, no problem paying life. No problem whatsoever. So on a light note here, we have as an honorable mention, another pay life, destroy target non-black creature. It cannot be regenerated. You lose life equal to that creature's toughness. This card is a 15-cent card. It's got awesome wicked artwork there with probably like Arya Stark back there, dealing out some justice. So Dismember, it's a few bucks, where Vendetta is not a few bucks, it's a few pennies. Both are great cards. This one is way more powerful because it puts the counters to destroy anything. And it's not going to destroy something, it's going to put counters on it that kill it. So there's going to be more variance. It's going to do it to anything. It doesn't have to be a non-black creature. But Vendetta is food for thought. Vendetta is food for thought. And I float Vendetta in and out of black decks all the time. So let's talk about a little bit of card draw. Uh-oh, who's that? Cheater. Ooh. Oh my God, get out of here. Okay, Necropotence, the most misunderstood. I'm not going to go much into this because this video is just a list of black cards to consider. Skip your draw phase. I did make a video of this Planeswalker card. So skip your draw phase. If you discard a card from your hand, remove that card from the game. For 0, you can pay 1 life to set aside the top card of your library. Set aside, not draw. At the beginning of your next discard phase, the end step discard, so that turn, you discard down to 7, put that card into your hand. Effects that prevent or redirect damage cannot be used to counter this loss of life. So you're going to pay the life, and then in your discard phase, you discard down to 7. So the cards do go to your hand just enough for you to discard them, if that makes sense. I did a video about this. Necropotence is very easy to use, very poorly phrased. But I'm going to make some proxies that are Necropotence Planeswalkers that are going to go out to some special subscribers. So we'll be showing those on the channel in about a month when we get them done. But Necropotence is a must in black. If you're playing black, you must run Necropotence. I'm sorry to say, and it is not fair. Similarly, let's talk about Ad Naus here. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its converted mana cost. You may repeat this process any number of times. Now, Ad Naus, I almost was thinking not put in here, which is strange, but because these are black cards, so I was thinking cards that are very useful to just black. Now, to me, Ad Naus is going to be useful to like Mardu, Grixis, Jund, things splash in other colors. Ad Nauseam is amazing in Orzhov. So, that being said, reveal the top card of your library, put that card into your hand, you lose life equal to its converted mana cost, repeat this process any number of times. With a certain another card, we know this can be very devastating. So we have Animate Dead here, this combo-centric card. Enchant creature. Target creature from any graveyard and put it directly into play under your control with a -1, -0. Treat this creature as though it were just summoned. If Animate Dead is removed, bury the creature in its graveyard. So, Animate Dead works with, again, not necessarily just a specifically black, but this card is very important to us because it works with getting things out of the graveyard and cheating things out. Even if we can use the thing just one turn, we're still going to be able to cheat it out without paying a heavy mana cost. So let's get into some creatures. But first, let's go ahead and spoil it. That tutor I was telling you about, I did a video about my favorite tutor in black. Check that out. So, employee. At the employee's end step, go ahead and entomb as if you were using Vampiric Tutor. So when you're employee, I don't have any employees. I'm the only employee I have. Okay, I am the employee. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for 1 black, we entomb. We search the library for a card and put that card into our graveyard and shuffle our library. So then, on our upkeep, we reanimate. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to its mana value. Oh no, who cares? Look at that. We don't care about that. So, oh my god. Oh, get out. Out of here. I love Drannith, though. Isn't Drannith just a great sponge? So there. That's what we're going to use. There's some of our cheater cards. And there's more than that as well. So we'll pop those out. Food for thought. Let's get into some creatures. Now here's something, anything with black needs this. This is a must-have card. Shadow. If a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it with a void counter on it. So pretty much this guy's going to be Shadow. He's going to sneak past many things. Tap, sacrifice Dautai Voidwalker. Choose an exiled card an opponent owns with a void counter on it. You may play it this turn without paying its mana cost. So this is a graveyard gatekeeper if ever there was. So notice opponent's graveyard. So anything running graveyard shenanigans on us is good because many things that screw up the graveyard that we can play are going to affect us, and we don't want those in our reanimator builds. Dautai doesn't affect us, and Shadow. So Dautai is something we definitely want. Now mana production, we have Dark Ritual for 1 black, 3 black. So value train. It's basically, it's an instant. It can be countered by another instant, of course. Somebody can jam you up. It's not unheard of. So we have that. We're going to be guaranteed 2 mana if this resolves. Whereas Cabal Ritual is 1 and a black, and we get 3. So it has this threshold. So Cabal Ritual should be played in every black deck. These two, you'll want those in every black. Anything with black, you'll want those two together. But this one's prerequisite is going to be graveyard themed. So this was one as honorable mention, I guess. Like I showed, a couple other suggestions. So add 5 to the mana pool instead of 7, if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. So hopefully by that time, turn 3, when you want to play this, probably you'd have that many cards. Opposition Agent right here. Let's punish people for searching those libraries. So Aven Mind Sensor, Step down the bench there, Avon Mind Sensor, because we can flash in Oppo Agent here. Human Rogue. Look at that. Flash, you control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. While an opponent is searching their library, they exile each card they find. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast them. That's rude. That's brutal. You should run that. That Flash, very nice. Speaking of Flash, because of Enter the Battlefield triggers, that is how I win when I have black. If I'm playing you at a commander table and I have black, Enter the Battlefield triggers are going to be my win con. There's a spoiler. So right here, Flash, 1/1 for 1 black. Whenever Thieves Guild Enforcer or another rogue enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 2 cards. As long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, Thieves Guild Enforcer gets +2/+1 and has Death Touch. Man, I ran 4 of these in a deck. I built a rogue mill. I know, it's blue, but it was Dimir. I tell myself that, but that was the last time I ran blue. Had a play set of those. So let's talk about 2 big demons. We got Rune Scarred, which is the light version of Rezaketh, the master tutor here. This is the real demonic tutor, but that casting cost, because he's demonic and he tutors up things. Get it? Now this guy, talking about ETB triggers, we talked about ways to cheat, right? So let's say we have manas somewhere. Anyways, let's just say we got a couple black on the board, right? So on our opponent's end step, what we are going to do, we are going to go ahead and we're going to entomb Razaketh. Okay, into the graveyard. And then on our upkeep, let's say this is a land, we draw a land. Oh, we're going to play Reanimate. So, as fast as that, we can have, oh, that's embarrassing. There we go. Fast as that, we could have Razaketh. Or I suppose you could have that too. But whichever one. So that is one great way to use these to cheat this in if you're not going to cheat it in with the sneaky Kalia. So that tutor comes in, you know. Granted, hopefully you'll have something on the board to sacrifice to get this thing going. But if you don't, oh well. In any case, let's see here. I think that about covers it. Yeah. So there's our cards in black. And yeah, food for thought. But I believe every commander deck running black should run these cards. And maybe the demons, not so much. A good ETB trigger, like Enter the Battlefield build, to get this to bounce so you can just keep drawing and bouncing, which would require white, you know, or red. Do like a World Gorger, Abdel Adrian. All this pretty concentric to the things I do myself. So I like to play what I know and talk about what I know. So that's what I like. If it's black, I like ETB triggers, and that's the way I like to build that way. So thanks for watching, and tune in next time.